Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am unboxing and setting up and testing out my new COPIC Airbrush system, and to be honest I am so excited to make this video because I've really been wanting to do this for a very long time and get this cool airbrush system. So the first thing we find when we open up the box is this little foam square thingy. Now this isn't packaging material, this is actually important to your airbrush system, so don't throw this away. Next up we have this air hose here, which I'm just undoing right now. And yeah, it's a fairly decent length, I'm pretty happy with that. Next up we have the COPIC Air Can 180. Now this is supposed to have around 45 minutes of continuous airbrushing time. So this can is very full of air and I'm pretty sure that I'll get some good use with it. Next up we have is the little air adapter. And this is pretty much like a miniature version of the air can, except it doesn't actually have air in it. Now you use this little can here to connect to the from the air hose to the little nozzle thing. So yeah, next we have the air nozzle, and I found this pretty comfortable to hold. Obviously that button is to get the air flowing and obviously use it. So yeah, now we are just going to set up the system. So first you attach the air adapter to the air grip. Now you do this with caution because you don't want to over tighten it because apparently that can cause leaking. Yeah, and then we attach the air can hose to the air adapter. And then we attach the air can hose to the air can. Now before it's attached to the air can, you want to make sure that the screw on the nozzle is loosened up almost completely. And then after you screw it down nice and tightly, you tighten that screw to release the air into the tube. And once you have it all set up, you can insert your markers and you're good to go. Now according to the instructions, the COPIC airbrush system is compatible with the sketch markers and the COPIC original markers. Apparently you can't use your chows in it. So yeah, now I am just testing it out and I'm just getting a nice scrap piece of paper and just, I don't know, getting a feel for how the marker works. Now this won't be my only test today, I am doing a proper little mini illustration obviously, but first before you do that you really want to get a test for how it feels and which direction it kind of sprays, because it sort of sprays in front of where you're pointing instead of right at your pointing. Oh, and have a look at the desk there. I obviously didn't use protection, so obviously I got a bit on my desk, but that's okay because I could just clean that off with a bit of rubbing alcohol. So yeah, here is my first test. And I have to say, I really do like the feel for this airbrush system. So now next I have got myself a piece of expressive blending card and I'm just trying to draw a sort of gradient with some blues. Now I'm using one of my new markers here just to get the lightest parts of the gradient. Now I know I haven't done it perfectly even, I guess. There are some slight darker parts, but that's okay because I'm very new to this and I will learn, and I think I'm going to improve. Next I got my darker blue color and I'm just lightly going in and trying to get a nice gradient. Now I know it's a little bit patchy at the moment, but I end up fixing that up later. And now I've just got one of my dark cool grey markers to sort of darken the top part a bit and, I don't know, add a little bit more shadow to it because I really want this gradient to look nice and dynamic. Now I'm just going back over with my blue to try and get a darker bluish transition from the dark grey to the blue. And obviously afterwards I'm going over again with the lightest blue just to try and get an even blend, I guess. After a while I am pretty happy with the little gradient that I have, and now I am just drawing out a rough area which I want to mask off. Now I don't have masking film yet, but I do plan on purchasing this very soon. But for the moment I'm just using a piece of paper which is stuck down with some sticky tape, and I have cut out a little design here to airbrush onto it. And yeah, I decided to go with a sort of sunrise tree kind of scene, I guess. Now I wanted this to be very wintry, so I've got some little evergreen trees there and also some trees that have lost their leaves, because I don't know, I felt with the sky, and obviously it's winter in most parts of the world, not here obviously, it's summer here, but most parts of the world it is winter, and yeah, I just wanted to do a little cute little illustration with that. So yeah, now I am just going over the parts that I have left with some dark grey, cool grey colours. And yeah, I don't have a black completely in sketch or original, but that's okay because my C10 was close enough. And yeah, after I finally got that done, which took a while actually because my air can started to get really cold, so I had to wait a little bit to let that go back to normal and then spray again. And then yeah, afterwards I think I'm pretty happy with it. Now I just wanted to do some little final touches with some gel pen, just add some little stars in the darkest part of the sky, and I think that adds a really nice touch to it, and I don't know, makes it really pretty. So yeah, here is the final little test illustration, and I am so happy with this COPIC Airbrush system. I've actually planned to already get a air compressor for this, so I can't wait to try that out as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone!